China is scrapping its policy limiting couples to 2 children and will now allow them to have 3. The government says the problem of an ageing population is deepening and the change will help to improve the structure of China's population. Here's Professor Wei-Jun Jean Yeung from the Centre for Family and Population Research at the National University of Singapore. Jean, good to see you. Thanks for your time. Can you firstly outline the reasons for this change?
Well, this policy change came right after the last census results was revealed. And so this reflects how concerned that Chinese government are about the declining fertility rate and the rapidly growing aging issues.
And how has the population in China changed since the days of the one-child policy, Jean?
Since 1979, when one-child policy was introduced, of course, the fertility rate has dropped significantly. But the decline of fertility rate is not just because of one-child policy, but a lot of it, at least half of it, is because of the modernization process. When people are better educated and they want to focus on quality of the children and not quantity of children, women's education increased, and they seek not just marriage and fertility as a way to fulfill their own life, but self-development. And as they're economically independent, they also decided to have fewer children. And some decided not to get married at all, not to mention having children.
So how's the Chinese government planning to encourage people to have more babies then and overcome this change of culture?
Yeah, so in 2015, they allow people to have 2 children, and that caused a little blip in the beginning increase, but 3 years consecutively, there's a decline in fertility rate right after that. So now they are allowing people to have 3 children. I don't expect this to have a large impact because the proportion of the population that are intending to have 3 children is quite small. And it's these days, it's not just because of the high cost of having children, but also those who can afford it focus on the quality of children, as I say, not the quantity of children. And the economic return of the child is declining almost to a negative. It's the flow of wealth is from parents to children these days. So I don't expect that to have a very large impact.
Yeah.
I think to solve the aging issue, there need to focus on postponing the retirement age, because China has one of the most earliest youngest retirement age in the world, 60 for men, 50 or 55 for women. And the research has shown that people are still very, very healthy at this age. And so to solve the problem of shrinking working age population, I think that option is inevitable. They would have to postpone the aging population. Also, the real reason for lower fertility is really low marriage rate. People are married much later, and many are deciding to remain single and not married. And today, birth outside of marriage is illegitimate in China. So in order to raise fertility rate, you have to increase the marriage rate. That's the most difficult part to do. So the challenge is to get people, to encourage people to get married and have at least 1 child. And if they have 1 child, to have a second child. A third child is much more difficult to do at this point.